Greetings and salutations. It's your boy D.Boom for LLE.Ascension, aka LLE Astrology, aka LLE Tarot. And we're back. So, we're going to jump right into twin flames or divine lovers in separation. These readings are for twin flames who are in separation. Could be you're waiting to get into reunion. Could be you're waiting to get in union with your divine masculine or divine feminine. And the way these are broke down, we got the overall energy as usual. We got the bottom line energy as usual. We have the feminine row up top, the divine masculine row at the bottom. We got the intro column first. Second column will be the divine feminine's column. Second row will be the divine masculine's column. And then we have the future column at the end. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant. Head, thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. That's the direction that you're going. That's the decisions that you're making. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators on where you're going mentally. Your heart and mind must be aligned in everything that you do. Who rules the heart and mind department? The divine feminine. Then you got the wands. Wands are actions and behavior, things you're doing, things you've done, things you finna do because you ain't did it yet. Pentacles are persons, places, and things. Shit you could taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. All pentacles expire and or have an expiration date. So, I'm going to do karmic readings tomorrow. Divine masculine's karmic situation and the divine feminine's karmic situation, including the wrap up of astrology. And that will be the water signs. So fire signs, earth signs, air signs. I already have the astrology readings out if you want to check those out. And still doing reduced readings. That expires midnight my time. So you basically got about 3 hours to get those in for those that want to get those in. Regular prices start in the morning. So, overall energy, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is the bridge. The bridge has been very vital and has been out in damn near every reading that we didn't have this week. Astrology and divine messages. This is a divine message, mainly meant for twin flames. I told you, the Three of Pentacles is a bridge. This is you, you're a pentacle. This is somebody else, they're a pentacle, and this is the stuff you guys do together. This is what brought you to the table. Or this is somebody you have to get to in order for you to get from point A to point C. This is a bridge. So think of it as like a bridge. You get to like the end of a cliff. This is the other side of the cliff. Now, somehow you're going to have to get from here to here. This is where you're at. This is where you want or need to be. And it's like another person at the other side of the cliff. You scream from over the cliff, hey, how do I get across the cliff? And the person over there is like, wouldn't you like to know? There's always options. You can choose to build, I don't know, a bridge halfway out. Hopefully they could do the same thing. You guys can sort of connect the bridge and you can guide yourself from here, place you at, to the place you want to be. You can always climb down this mountain, walk across this canyon, and hopefully get to the other side in hopes that they can throw a rope over to help get you up. You know, Three of Pentacles is all about bridges. You know that terms don't burn your bridges? You don't know who you're gonna need later. And you don't know who you might meet. You don't know who a person is. So maybe they chose to walk down the mountain and a person was there to basically give them a rope. Then you end up at the other side, thus being the person to kind of play this role. It's another person who's at where you was just at, and they asking you just like you asked the person before, hey, how do I get to the other side? And keep it on tradition, you say, wouldn't you like to know? I mean, the test is how bad do they want to get to the other side? You know how to build a bridge from here to here. It's easier to build a bridge from here than it is to build one from here. But whether they walk down the end of the mountain and you give them a rope or you help them get to the other side, it's all about bridge building. Okay. A good solid friendship, relationship is give and take. One person gives, the other person takes, the other person takes, the other person gives. Like as long as it's fair exchange, it's all good. If one person just giving and another person just taking, That's ugly grooming. Bad grooming is having it specifically positioned for a person to capitalize off this whole giving and taking situation. Clarifying the Three of Pentacles, which is fairly important, the bridge, masculine and feminine. We got the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is loneliness, hermit, or emotional isolation. So during separation, a lot of twins are by themselves. Even though you two are separated, masculine probably think you out here kicking it, hanging out with everybody, being a social butterfly out here. When in reality, you're like a crap. Just stand to yourself. You ain't really interested in anything other than the task at hand, than the prize or the plan at hand, whatever you're working on, trying to manifest feminine. And for the masculine, it's the same situation. Feminine, you might think your masculine out here wilding. In reality, nah, you're not around. It's only one person he kind of want to holler at. It's you. It's only one person you kind of really want to engage with, and that's your twin. You could be a she could be a he, I'll be rocking. Bottom line, more important than all that. Pain is going past the point of no return mentally the wrong way. There is no duality. It's only one right and true way. And that's up. What's up, goddess? What's up? You can go north, south, east, and west. Still gonna end up in the same position. You'll just be going in a circle, only to look up and knowing that's the direction that you should have went in the first place. It's all mental, knowing which right way to go. Comprehending what's right and wrong. You've been doing that since head start, as well as making friends and relationships, bridges, so to speak. If you ain't ready to go in the right way, or maybe the right way is too uncomfortable for you, or maybe the right way you feel you can't afford, whatever this is, it's mental. The reason why you don't want to go in this direction or feel like it's difficult to go in a direction, because you being by yourself. You know what I mean? You really want to go in a direction being by yourself, but it seems like that's the direction you ended up at anyway. So Three of Swords is just mental pain. Why? That you're gonna have to go in a direction you avoided in the first place. It's pain knowing you made a mistake. It's pain knowing you went down the wrong path. It's pain knowing that you wasted a lot of time, energy, and resources going a whole another way and only being forced to go in a way you kind of knew subconsciously you should have went in the first place. Clarifying that, we got the Nine of Pentacles. Swords are thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology, the direction you go in, the decisions that you make in your ideology in general. And this goes for both the masculine and the feminine. It's just going to be a lot of pain in the midst of the masculine and the feminine lining their life up to manifest something that they want to manifest in their lives, or to add or bring about something that they want to include in their life. Ten of Pentacles is two things coming together like butt cheeks. Right now it's just a Nine of Pentacles and Four of Pentacles lined up on each side. Four of Pentacles, that's Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is the life. That's shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, comfortable bed you're sleeping on. Four walls you call your shelter, your car, your kids, your job, your children, your twin flames in your life. God is in your life. You know what I mean? And all the things in it. But your life can be cluttered if you don't really have it in order. All Nine of Pentacles is, which is an A, by the way, to 90%. A life is a B. It's a good standing. It's a place you want to be in life. Seven of Pentacles is the re card, RERE. It's doing a lot of rearranging, reevaluating, reinserting, relocating, rearranging, reconnecting, reuniting, reigniting. Just a lot of reads. About seven of them you're going to have to do to get your life back on track. But when you're in this position, you can help somebody. When you're in this position, you can really secure something that you're trying to secure. It's like you thought you was doing this in the path that you was going with before, masculine, or the path you was going down before, feminine, only to end up back at square one, seeing that you was lining your life up for something else, not what you kind of planned. It's good to have a plan because at least you can start from somewhere. But like I say, at the end of the day, you're only going to be where you're meant to be at. Things are only going to manifest that should be for your best interest. You might think having something or securing something is what's best for you. Like what's best for you probably ain't what's best for the king. Probably ain't what's best for God's plan for you. That's why, you find yourselves you ain't in control, or that, some things you might want to happen so bad and you have everything kind of lined up for it to not blow up in flames, but it always end up doing that. It's just a sign that's not where you need to be. you're not with a person, it's only meant that you weren't supposed to be with this person. You're not at a place in life at this moment. It's just meant you ain't ready to be there. That's it. That's all. That's the bottom line, really. No pain, no gain. It's like you lost everything only to get what you lost and more at this other path, this other direction that you wasn't even planning on because you put all your eggs to go down a path that didn't work. You end up not with the love of your life or some shit like that, but you end up finding, a better substitute. You know what I mean? Like God work in mysterious ways. Even when it's bad, it's good. God work in mysterious ways, and God don't make no mistakes, and God is absolute. So coming to the situation, feminine, you in regards to yourself personally, you got the Ace of Swords. This is strength, power, authority, dominion, courage, valor, patience, anything you need to succeed, survive, and thrive in life right now. You by yourself. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need a little strength, a little courage to make it through this little journey alone. You know? Seems like you are isolated away from what you truly want. Or at a place you truly don't want to be right now. But there ain't nowhere to go but up. It ain't all bad, it's all good. You know? All these things you find within your own mind. You find within your own self. Strength, courage, power, authority, dominion. You find that within. You ain't gotta go to nobody outside of yourself to go up. Because God indwells your mind. So you're really going to God for what you need. And God is within you. So Ace of Swords. Your brain is like the loading chamber in the Matrix. It's just learning how to A for access the things that you need. And usually when you go in your head to access the stuff you need is usually at ground zero. It's usually during the dark night of the soul. It's usually when you're at your worst on your way up. Put more smoke on why you really need more strength, more power, more authority, feminine. You got the Eight of Wands. This is communication. This is just talking or self-expression. Best way to really find strength is through conversation, not attention seeking, not calling people. Like I say, outside yourself to fix a problem you can probably fix internally. This is just saying what's on your heart, saying what's on your mind, talking to people when you have no one to talk to for therapy reasons. You know, this is telling somebody or people what you want. So you ain't beating around the bush or wasting no more time, energy, and resources when it come to whatever it is you're trying to manifest. This could be the fact that yes, you and your twin flame are separated right now. Y'all still talking. And all that is just a bridge. This is you. This is your twin. This is you two talking. Still getting strength and finding love within each other, being like physically and emotionally isolated from each other right now. You know, before y'all had anything else, y'all had communication. Don't lose that connection. You know, like any separation, like I say, as long as communication is the start. Point blank. Period. So, masculine, you come to the situation with the King of Pentacles. This is usually a karmic masculine or a CEO. This is ownership. This is a master manifester, a person that can manifest whatever the fuck that they want. This is a position, Pentacle, that you always wanted to be in, masculine. Or this is a position, masculine, that you see somebody else in that you wish you were in. Let's put some more smoke to this. Or this could be the karmic masculine you see your divine feminine with, or think your divine feminine's with, and it looks more so like that energy. Clarifying this King of Pentacles, we got the Four of Swords. Four of Swords is the idle mind. What's the idle mind? That's the devil's workshop. Don't be too in your head, overanalyzing, overthinking, being overly critical on situations, right? If you're in your head, that means you ain't doing no actions. If you ain't doing no actions, that means you ain't doing nothing but being in your head. So it's like a divine feminine's karmic. You know what I mean? You all in your head about them. Why your feminine chooses to deal with them, what he has that you don't, you know. You are your number one, like, your twin is your number one fan. It's always been like that. That's never going to change. However, whoever this karmic is that you see your feminine with, It's just where y'all at right now. Like it ain't like I'm pretty sure your feminine gave you the invitation to be whatever he is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty sure whatever he has is what you probably use to not go forward with your feminine. So you probably thinking he's the answer to whatever your feminine is looking for. He might be. But you gotta understand what a karmic masculine is. It's just what they are. You got good karmics out here, but even good karmics are karmics nonetheless. How do you deal with karmics? You deal with karmics the way karmics deal with you. They're the king of pentacles, the king of things, having things. I mean, this is a rich person, a wealthy person, a secure person, a person who can make things happen on a financial level, on a physical level. This is the person with all the connections, the person with all the funds, you know. And maybe this person is just all about your divine feminine, and that's something you see. Damn, I should have been on that. Yeah. You know, I could do so, man. She could do so much better than this guy. All he has is money. All he has is this house. All he has is that car. Like things. Yeah, that's what makes him the king of pentacles. You're the king of wands, right? You don't really have too much things. You know what I mean? But you have a lot of heart. You got a lot of passion. You got a lot of emotion. You got a lot of other stuff going on than what you physically have. You think that because of what he has, that's why your feminine fucks with him. When in reality, it ain't about what he has. She just fucks with people overall. Which you get to see basically by him being in a pinnacle placement where you feel you ought to be. So, yeah. Best thing you can do is get out your head when it comes to this guy because, like I said, he's no competition with you. But you are showing your insecure side, being a little razzle dazzle by his presence and shit, or where he's placed in your feminine life. Feminine, you in regards to yourself, you got the Four Cups. This is the world. This has been very prevalent in your energies this week. It's just knowing what the world is. What is the world? It's temporary space and time where all things expire. The world is 70% karmics, it's 28% divine, and you got the 1-2%er who can be in either category. You know, the average person in the world are King of Pentacles, karmic masculines, or Queen of Pentacles, karmic feminines, which are out here. What's a karmic feminine? A feminine that's just only focused on pentacles. What you can get out the deal, how much you worth, what your status is, what your net worth is, how many whatever you have, where you stay at, how you make your pentacles. That's all they focused on. King of Pentacles are kind of different. They're like the guys with all the money who just here and ready to support any chick that's willing to fuck with them because they got what you need, what you need. But it's still on a surface kind of value. See, karmics need things to get things. You know what I mean? If this karmic didn't have this nice job, if they didn't really have this nice car, if they didn't really have this nice stable situation, you probably wouldn't even be with them. Because given their personality, given what they're really about, and not what you're looking for. They're cool for the moment, but there's nothing spectacular or special about them. They just got a lot of pentacles. Same thing with a karmic feminine. Like she can look good as fuck. She can have a lot of little Insta fame and all that bullshit. But like I say, at the end of the day, this Queen of Pentacles and what's tripped out. What's under this karmic feminine card is the divine feminine card. And this is in the masculine row. So masculines, you're really starting to see exactly what a karmic feminine looks like as of ours to a divine feminine, who we'll get to in a second. You know, feminine, you in the world. So while you in the world, you're gonna have to really get a good grasp on exactly what karmics are, how you deal with them, and what they're here for. This karmic could just be here to support you, to get you from point A to point C. You know what I mean? Like that's usually what karmics for. We ain't saying use people or use pentacles or use karmics because that'll make you just as karmic as them. Nah, it's just keeping it real. Fact of the matter is, no matter how good this karmic might be, how much this karmic supports you, if this ain't the person you need to be with, well, you need to figure out your exit. If you're gonna just utilize this karmic for his pentacles, then say that. Keep it real. So you ain't hurting nobody else's feelings other than yourself, which you don't have to do. It's just knowing exactly what's out here in the world. You got people who for you, you got people who not. But it's a slim chance you're gonna find a like-minded individual. It's a slim chance you're gonna find a divine like yourself. What's prevalent out here? Karmics, catalysts, false twin flames. They're out here by the boatload. You know what I mean? They're like pennies, as I like to call them. It's not a few dollars, $half. You know what I'm saying? And golden dollars out here, just for real, for real. Like at the end of the day, you gotta know exactly what world you live in. Ain't nobody in your face without a motive, without an objective. Everybody got a fucking role. Everybody got something. The average person ain't looking for love. They looking for help. That's a worldly fact you're gonna have to accept. A lot of people live vicariously through other people because they ain't got shit going on. You might have a lot of shit going on, and it's like shit. They cleaning you like a bottom feeder. Average person ain't got a life, so watch yours. You understand what I'm saying? You might not think of yourself on a high level. You might think you just like everybody else, but you're not. You can be a motherfucking swan in the midst of crows. You might think you're a crow, but that's not how they looking at you. It's the life of a divine. It's a gift and a curse. As a divine, you can't let just anybody in your cipher. As a divine, you can't just be dealing with just anybody. You get two types of karma. You get the karma from the world, third dimension. You get karma from the heavens, fourth, fifth dimension, Zion, and the Matrix. Karmics go in circles like hamsters in a wheel. You know what I mean? We go through that shit too, and more. It's shit we got to do on earth and in heaven. And if we don't do shit, our heavenly business, it's karma to that too. And this is shit you got to keep in mind. Feminine, your masculine is accountable to the divine karma too. He goes through divine karma just like you go to divine karma. You just know what it is. He don't know what the fuck it is. He just attaches it to you. So of course he's confused. Of course he's uncomfortable. Of course your masculine going through a lot of feelings and triggers going through this twin flame situation. You just know exactly what you're going through. You get triggered. You identify it as a trigger. You see a sign of synchronicity. You identify it as a sign of synchronicity. You see a reflection with your masculine. You can identify that shit. When your masculine see it, he don't know how to explain that shit. He don't know the terminate, like oh my god, the terms or the rhetoric. He isn't hip to this shit. You know what I mean? He could be a she could be a he. You know how we rocking. So you all divine feminines, you really got to keep in mind that your masculine ain't where you at with the whole conception of this shit. So don't be too tough on him like he should know better when he's just trying to figure this shit out like you. But it's the world at the end of the day. Everything here has a temporation. I mean, a temporary expiration date. You know one thing that's infinite? Divine love. You know one thing that's infinite? Your path, your purpose, God, the infinite. That's the fourth, fifth dimensional realm. You know what I'm saying? Like this is no ordinary love. What you and your divine masculine God is out of this world. So the relationships you be having in the world are just completely different and completely separate. And make sure you keep them separate. Don't take no worldly shit and try to put it on a divine level. Don't work like that. Masculine. You in regards to the feminine, you got the Ace of Cups. Self-love, self-respect, self-admiration, self-identification, self-realization, self-care. You're just starting to understand who you are. You're a divine masculine. Something your feminine been telling you, but you ain't been able to grasp. Something you've been seeing, researching things, but something you ain't really accepted. You are different. You're not like the average Joe. This person who your feminine keep telling you are, like that's who you are. The person who you thought you were this whole time, that's not you. You're not your race. You're not your family. You're not your culture and your tradition. All that shit just went out the window. You are an individual. And it's best for you to figure out exactly who you are so you ain't out here trying to be somebody you're not. So you ain't out here trying to fit yourself in a box that you can't fit in. Or trying to force a relationship you just can't connect with. Or deal with people you just don't serve you. You're gonna learn a lot about yourself and who you are and why you're here. And more importantly, why your twin flame is just even in your life right now. Like if you really just get the wrapping your mind around why your twin flame is even in your life right now, a lot of other shit that makes sense. But at the end of the day, and that's what feminists gotta understand, until your masculine get himself right, it's like this twin flame shit is on hold. Just because you got it, just because you aware, just because you evolved in this situation, like, hey, it ain't waiting though. You don't wait for shit. And this twin flame shit, you don't wait for nothing. You just keep doing what you're doing. And then when milestones and strides get made in this twin flame situation, you appreciate it, but still be working towards the next checkpoint, next milestone, so to speak. So, reason why you gotta take care of yourself so you can take care of your feminine, masculine. Your feminine does a lot for you, and a lot of this shit needs to get reciprocated. Really, to show your feminine that you understand, that you care, but to really make it a healthy grooming situation by giving back instead of just taking all the damn time. Masculine role, feminine. You in regards to the masculine, you got the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Khalees Bossy card on my deck. The song Bossy by Khalees. This is just the swag of it. That whole move she was in, the whole video, just that attitude. You know what I mean? Just making statements. How you the first one to scream in the track. How you brought all the boys to your yard because you bossy. Like, you ain't nimble. You ain't no beta bitch. Like, you's an alpha around this motherfucker. You make moves. You ain't no regular motherfucker. You a super motherfucker. You ain't a regular motherfucker. You a super motherfucker. And it's taking pride in your awesomeness. Shit that your masculine be thinking you like. Your masculine be thinking you like better than everybody else. Or like your view of yourself is warped. And like, you need mental help. Given how you carrying around out here like you better than everybody when you not. You humble. You just know who you are. Something he's starting to figure out. So you already went through this whole Ace of Cups situation, feminine. You know who you are. You know where you come from. You know what this is. And you know exactly who your divine masculine is. This is also bossing people to fuck around. Just because you in a position of power don't mean you gotta go around shitting on other people. Because they ain't did the opposite of mustard yet. You know? It says being in a position of power and abusing that shit just because you can't. Or just being on some sedity shit and looking down on other people. You know what I'm saying? One thing about me, I always use personal examples to put me in the same platform as everybody else. Like, I'm divine and shit, but I ain't better than nobody. I kind of got more brains than the average person. I'm kind of like got powers and you know what I mean, some pluses and shit. But it's somebody else that's got something over me, that's better than me, that's doing what the fuck I'm doing times 50. It's like comparing problems. Like, you can say all the shit you going through. It's somebody on this world who's going through something worse. That's what a divine is, a humble person. So you've been looking at your divine feminine as a karmic feminine, and your divine feminine been catching flack off karmic feminine shit because the shit that karmic feminines do to you, you think your feminine trying to do that shit to you. Like, my twin flame shit is different. I mean, my twin flame is a guy. He's 30 years older than me. We got like a father-son relationship. I mean, it ain't romantic, it ain't sexual, no shit like that. But shit, we fall through the same ills and the same problems as regular ass twin flame situations. You know what I'm saying? Like, who my master think I am is the complete opposite of what the fuck I am. He's understood who I was at one time, but due to my actions and behavior, because that's really what your masculine going off of. You only go off a person's actions and behavior, and that's something your masculine understands. That's something feminines, y'all really starting to comprehend. It ain't about how you feel. I don't mean anything. It ain't about what you think. I don't mean anything in the masculine realm. And the masculine realm is parallel with the world. All the masculine cares about is what the fuck the world cares about. Your actions and behavior. Because that's all a motherfucker could go off of, what you doing. And then their interpretation of what you doing. And what you got. You can have a dream, you can have a vision, you can have passion, you can have unconditional love and faith and all that. That shit don't mean nothing in the world. And also, that shit don't mean nothing to your twin. He needs to see shit to believe shit. He needs to know that whatever the fuck you doing work. So he ain't got to worry about if you wasting your time, energy, and resources or not, because he cares. Just like you care about him, he care about you. He cares about your well-being. He just hopes you're doing the right shit. He hopes you ain't getting caught up in the fantasy world or getting caught up in your own thoughts and feelings and emotions. Because he see how you get caught up in your feelings and your emotions and your thoughts in this twin flame shit. He's just trying to put two and two together. Well, if you get this crazy over just me being cool with you, then I can imagine how the fuck you is in the real world. And what your masculine teaches you, feminine, is shit you need to teach other people. So what your masculine do to you, you need to do to other people. Your masculine ghosts you. He just leaves you the fuck alone. when he sees you getting out of hand emotionally, mentally, and shit. He feels like it's his fault. You out here in your feelings. You out here going crazy and shit, getting triggered, all fucked up. You all hurt. And I mean, when it's really the demo, it ain't just him, it's the demo. But he don't know all that. All he sees is you just going crazy. And he feeling partially responsible for that shit. So in his head, he leaving you the fuck alone so you can help yourself. Ace of Cups, take care of yourself. What he's doing right now, what he does all the time. Anytime your masculine separates from you, he's got to get himself together. He doesn't want to fall apart in front of you. You look at him for a sense of strength, right? And stability and little things that secure you. If he falls apart, like you look at your masculine in a highlight, and they can't be this person you see them to be. They are this person because that's what you see, but they don't see it. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like until they do the opposite of mustard, they're always gonna look at you as you putting too much into y'all relationship or y'all friendship, or you being too forthcoming for just a friendship or a relationship or some shit like that. Like you don't go little for your twin, you go hard. You do a lot for your masculine. He sees this shit because you do the shit. So he sees what you do, he appreciates what you do, but in reality, it's like he feels you do too much. The masculine just feels that the shit you do for him, if you're doing for another person and you're not, say the shit one more time. Your twin feels like the shit you do for him, if you're doing to another person and you're not, that they really don't deserve it because he don't deserve what he gets from you. So he hopes you ain't just doing this to anybody, or he's in his head thinking that this is how you love everybody. If you do all this good shit for him, what's keeping you from doing all this good shit to another person? And if you're doing this shit to another person, then I'm just a regular ass person, and you just jaking my chain like I'm something greater than I am. When that's not the case, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what your masculine is feeling, because he been dealing with karmic feminines, and he don't really see you as that anymore. Because your masculine regards himself, we have the we have you, divine feminine. He's seeing exactly who you are. I told you, it's not what you have. It's not your status. It's not who you are. It's the stuff you do that makes you who you are. It's how you do things that make you who you are. And that's what he's going off of. Your actions and behavior. He didn't understand your actions and behavior before. But by this separation, or by you two being like separated or alone or isolated from each other, that void. He feels that void. FEELs that void. All you've been doing is nice to your masculine. Every now and then you'll hook your masculine up. I don't know, with some bread or some shit, whatever you be giving your masculine shit like that. Okay, y'all separate. He's gonna fill that void. You praise your masculine. At least I do. I build my masculine up every chance I get. At least I do. I tell my masculine I love him all the time, just so he don't fucking forget. He don't forget, but you know what I mean. It's just how I am. You know, he looks at it as like, you don't need to tell me that. All this shit you say, you can just keep to your motherfucking self. It's like, nah, people die every day, be like death is prevalent. So any chance I get to tell you I love you, I will, because ain't nobody promised tomorrow, not me, not you, not no fucking body. I just understand this shit, and by you being a feminine energy, I say the first shit that come out my mouth. That's what my twin likes about me, nigga. The shit he hates is what he loves. And then when in a void of it, when I'm just not around, you can't hear my mouth anymore, like when things ain't the way they were, he feels it. That's why separation is the glue that holds twin flame situations together. Union happens one time. Recognition happens one time. So know your recognition story. Make sure that shit is beautiful. Because it's epic. All you gotta do is put two and two together. Grill your masculine, find out what the fuck he was doing prior to him meeting you is gonna blow your mind. The fact that y'all niggas was on the same shit prior to y'all getting like this. That's what recognition is. Recognition isn't just the day you met your twin. Motherfucker, it was the shit you was doing prior to that day. Shit yo was masculine was doing prior to that day. And how this shit even happened. That's your twin flame story. And that's something you should make sure is beautiful. Union happens one time. It's the first time you motherfuckers get like this. It's a lot of this shit before this happens. You know what I'm saying? Separation even happens before a union for the first time. But separation and reunion happens frequently because you can be in union and separate and get reunited and separate and get reunited and separate and get reunited. All this shit was happening prior and no, all this shit was happening post recognition. Usually how recognition go, you meet your twin, you recognize your twin, shit happens, y'all end up separating before y'all can really like, you know what I'm saying, lock in. Union is like locking in. My personal opinion, what union is just both of you guys being on the same page. Mentally, emotionally, physically, behavior-wise. The shit you do, your masculine can never forget. You know, the smiles you put on your masculine face, the memories you created for your masculine, this whole journey in itself. You know what I mean? Your masculine loves it. He's just very low key and good at hiding his feelings for you, for this. That's what he does. That's how he was coming up. Like, he's just as fucked up as you. Y'all twins. Y'all both fucked up emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and shit. That's why you two are the best for each other. Rule number one of this twin flame shit, it's optional. Okay. Rule number two, this twin flame situation is just built to make you the best person you can be and your twin the best person that they could be. That's before anything. So whether you two have a romantic relationship, sexual relationship, any type of ship on top of that, it's just the icing on the cake. And that's just like 20% of the deal. 80% of the situation is a cake. A cake is your life. Y'all two different fucking people. You better have a life, feminine. Your masculine better have his own life. He can't be codependent on your shit. You can't be codependent on his shit. You got to get your shit together, feminine. Heal yourself, feminine. Get your motherfucking mind right. You know what I'm saying? Because you will want him to do it. If it takes him to leave you alone for him to get him right, respect that shit. If it gets to a case where you're going to have to piece him out just for you to get a peace of mind or just for you to get your shit right, it's cool. This twin flame shit, number 3, is infinite. Y'all did this dance in the last life y'all had. Y'all doing this shit in this life y'all had. And hopefully when you ascend from here, you get to do it in the next. You know what I mean? That's how deep this shit is. I told you, you got to know what the world is. It's a temporary space and time. Maybe y'all don't get to union in this lifetime. It's cool. You still got the next. What's time to a divine? Nothing. Nothing. But yeah, you a divine feminine. You a super nigga. You ain't no regular nigga. He knows the difference between a super person and just a regular one. Future final roll, wrapping this up. Feminine going to the future, you got the 9 of Wands. You know what I'm saying? This is the wounded warrior. This is feeling overburdened, feeling overrun, feeling like you put a lot of actions in and really ain't get back what you put in. But what you doing? You helping a person, and since you help this person, you feel you ain't getting nothing back from the help. It's help. You know what I mean, like what was you trying to get out of helping somebody? Was you trying to help somebody to get something out the deal? That's not help. That sounds like an investment to me. Sounds like an investment to me. It's like you don't help a person and broadcast that you helping them. That defeats the whole purpose of you helping. What you doing is attention seeking. What you doing is fronting. What you doing is just like, I don't know, building your brand or trying to tell people some shit that, you know what I mean, they don't need to know. Like, why do you feel overworked in this twin flame situation? Do you feel you've done everything in your masculine, did anything? That's bullshit. Y'all twins. So if he ain't doing shit, you ain't doing shit. Hey, I said this shit 2 times, Joe. For the niggas in the back. Hey, if he ain't doing shit, you ain't doing shit. If there's no progress in your twin flame situation, it comes from both of y'all not being on point. There is no one person on it and the other person ain't. Nah, that's just dead. Like, you can go back on my channel. I've been here for 4 years, going on 5 years. The first 2 years, I was playing victim to that bullshit, thinking all the feminists was just doing all the work and the masculines wasn't doing shit. Till I figured out this shit is a mirror. And how you get through to your masculine, I'm telling you, you write the message backwards on the mirror so he can see it forward. This shit's inverted. You writing forward messages and shit, and it's looking like gibberish to him. You're gonna have to go over and beyond the Call of Duty. This shit is trial and error for you to learn and figure out. And look how long and hard and energy like this is taking for you to get the motherfucking picture. Think how hard it is gonna be for him to get the picture. Think how hard it is for him to get the picture. So, um, yeah, you ain't went through no like I said, if you still playing a victim role, that's on you. If you still getting triggered by your masculine, that's you. That shit you gotta fix. And if you feel bogus, even hearing some shit like that, feeling you got the audacity that you really doing everything and that's it, you fucking bugging. And them the so-called divine karmics, I don't like at all. I want to play the victim all the time. Like you don't even know. Like most of the time, they don't even know their own masculine. Saying the way they have it, have an ideology that they have. If you don't know your masculine, you just don't know yourself. You should know who your masculine is by now. Like at this point, if you know your masculine for I don't know 2-3 years and you don't know his birthday, you ain't seen none of his family. You don't know where he come from. Like these are questions you're gonna have to figure out that you figure out during recognition. These are stages. I told you recognition happens one time. You should be taking advantage of that. Union happens one time. You should be thankful and take advantage of that. But you should also be in this game long enough to know that separation and reunion is just as vital as recognition and union. This isn't a Disney movie. It's a Spike Lee flick, and people that's mad because it ain't Disney, people that's mad because it ain't working out, or mad finding out that they twin flame ain't a physical or sexual one, and chooses to leave this whole scenery due to that. Like I say, it's purpose based before anything else. This twin flame shit is made for you to be the best person you can be, to unlock powers out of you, to bring the best out of you before you go out here, I don't know, using your emotions and your thoughts to dictate your actions and behavior when it comes to this situation. Final card in this message, masculine going to the future. He's got the Knight of Cups. This is young love, puppy love, juvenile love. You know, you gotta have a mature way of loving a person in this twin flame situation. Juvenile love, this is lust. Lust cannot exist in a twin flame scenario. You gotta love your twin unconditional. Why? Because separation is on the horizon. And something's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? If you just lost in lust in a person and they leave you, you're gonna be all fucked up and twisted in the game. You love a person unconditional, then wherever the fuck they go, you still got love there. Your master end up being with somebody else. As long as you love them unconditionally, you want them to be happy. You will want your master for you to be happy, right? Yeah, that's what this shit is about. That's what this shit is about. It's about having mature emotions, dealing with yourself and your demo. And like I say, masculine is starting to understand how juvenile his emotions was. It ain't just with you, it's what he liked in women. It's what he's seen in a perfect woman. His perfect woman has been rearranged. His perfect scenario, perfect relationship, all that shit has changed. Everything has changed about your masculine, even his tastes. But one thing that changes more than anything is his actions and behavior that he's modifying at this current moment. That's the message that I got. Hope I could be of good use. It's your boy D.Boom, and I will holler at you later. Deuces.